Did you know Taiwan has funeral strippers, ghost weddings, and real Triad mafias? Yeah, this isn't what you think Taiwan is. I'm David, a local here in Taipei. And these are all real. I will give you the real secrets about Taiwan. Here are 10 shocking things in Taiwan most people don't know. Number 1. I'll start with a very shocking one. Funeral strippers. In Chinese, we call it電子花車女郎. Yes, you heard right. In Taiwan, some funerals feature funeral dancers. Some include sexy dancing girls. This is not a joke, but a real tradition. Let me explain how this custom fits within our culture. Funeral dancers are more common in our countryside, in places like Chiayi, Tainan, and Pingtung. When someone dies, especially an older person, the family may want to make the funeral more lively. They invite dancing girls onto big trucks with a stage, disco lights, and speakers. The girls dance, sing, and wear clothes like nightclubbers. Sometimes they wear just underwear or go-go dancer costumes, miniskirts, or lingerie, but it's outside during a funeral. It would almost look like a mobile dance club with 5 to 8 trucks driving slowly. Each truck has one dancing girl on the back bed. The girl dances on a pole to electronic dance music and flashing lights. It's a sight to see. Why hire funeral dancers? The idea is to bring more people. More people means more face, more honor. Some believe that if the funeral is lively, the spirit of the dead person will leave happy. Sometimes, it's a full show. They bring drums, lion dance, karaoke, and even fireworks. I once went to a funeral where there were more dancers than guests. It felt strange but very entertaining. But for the family, it meant they showed respect for their deceased loved one. Some families even hire a whole lineup. They bring singers, MCs, and backup dancers. It's like a concert for the dead. It comes with lighting, lasers, rigs, and sound systems. It becomes a family affair. You bring your kids and your wife. Everyone watches and has fun. It's controversial. Some say it's disrespectful. The government also tried to stop it. But it's still happening, especially in rural areas. And older people, they think it's beautiful. A celebration of life, not just mourning. Number 2. Betel nut girls. Now we'll talk about something you might see on the street in industrial areas. If you drive on the highway late at night, you suddenly see a glass booth full of bright neon lights. Inside, a young woman is wearing a mini skirt or a low-cut shirt. She's wearing high heels and lingerie. She stands behind a counter selling green leaf bundles. That is a betel nut. We call it p槟榔. The closest thing in the West might be chewing tobacco. But here it comes from a betel nut tree. It is a stimulant similar to very strong caffeine. At night, the betel nut girls will wear only underwear or lingerie. These girls are called檳榔西施, kind of like betel nut beauty. It started in the early 90s. The business was very competitive. So a boss said, let's let girls wear sexy clothes to attract customers. It worked. Truck drivers, factory workers, construction workers, blue-collar workers all became instant customers. They all stop and buy betel nuts or drinks. Some betel nut booths play loud music, use LED lights, and even have fog machines. Some girls just wear casual clothes, but others dress like they're in nightclubs. Sometimes in cold weather, they still wear tiny skirts. People say they earn more if they show more. The shops themselves are like tiny fish tanks, clear glass on all sides. At night, they glow like neon cubes on the side of the road. Some drivers know where their favorite girl works and drive extra miles just to buy from her. What kind of girl works as a betel nut girl? Usually they come from poor backgrounds, but not always. They also don't tend to get university degrees. However, at its peak in the 1990s, the betel nut girls could sometimes earn double the salary of an average office worker. This attracted many pretty girls who wanted to make good money. The work wasn't too hard. They had to just prepare the betel nuts, then package them into 50 NTD, $1.50 bags. Besides betel nuts, the girls would also sell soft drinks, beer, and cigarettes. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, locals knew that if you went to certain booths past midnight and tipped the girl 100 NTD, 350 US, she might give you a show. This is something many young Taiwanese in the older generations did in our army days. However, I think this type of thing is no longer common. Chewing betel nuts is more common among blue-collar workers, who frequent these betel nut girls to get through their workday. Sometimes they will even flirt with the girls as they buy their drinks or betel nuts. In the past, some betel nut businesses were linked to Triad mafias in Taiwan. I have tried betel nut a couple of times when I was younger. It didn't taste too bad for me, with a hint of basil, but it builds up a lot of red saliva and stains your teeth. Most youth these days don't like it, especially in Taipei. It is rare to see any 20 or 30-year-olds chew this. Among white-collar workers, it's even rarer. It's looked down on as lower class. These days, instead of chewing betel nuts, smoking is very common among white-collar males. By 2010, the government tried to regulate this activity. This is because betel nuts cause mouth and throat cancer. And in the past, many chewers would spit the red juice on the public roads and sidewalks. In the 1990s, you would see red rust-colored betel nut stains on the streets and in the gutters in Taiwan. That is a rare sight these days. Some counties banned the booths. Also, fewer people chew betel nut now, but you can still see them, especially in Taoyuan, Miaoli, and Taichung, in industrial areas and on highways where truckers pass. But it's rare. This unique Taiwan culture is mostly gone now in 2026. Though betel nut stores are still around, the pretty half-naked girls have been replaced by older grandmas. The governments mostly don't allow them to dress this way anymore. In most places, betel nut girls has become a mix of working-class culture, beauty pageant, and local grit, a fading relic of Taiwan's past that we'll never see again. Number 3. Don't flush your toilet paper. This one confuses many foreigners. In Taiwan, many toilets cannot flush toilet paper. Why? Because many pipes in older buildings are small or weak. If you flush paper, it may block the pipes. If it blocks, the water will come up and smell very bad. So we throw used paper in the trash bin next to the toilet. I know it sounds dirty, but it's normal here in older buildings. If you live in one of the common 50-year-old concrete coffin houses in Taiwan, you may smell this before you see it. We empty the bin every day. There will be no big smell if you manage it well. Some tourists often don't know. They flush, then panic when the toilet doesn't work. Or worse, it may clog the whole restaurant's toilet. However, I think most tourists will no longer encounter this situation. Most places they go will have better plumbing, such as nicer restaurants, hotels, and department stores. Especially in Taipei, this should not be a problem. But if you are unsure, just flush once without toilet paper. Usually there's a sign to warn you in an older building. Some signs are in English. Please do not flush paper. Others are just Chinese. So many foreigners just guess. Now many new buildings, hotels, and MRT stations have modern pipes. They allow flushing. But in old apartments, the countryside, and local restaurants, it's better not to risk this. It's also common in schools, offices, and even public government buildings. If you walk into a restroom and see a small covered bin beside the toilet, that's your hint. Number 4. Snake bloodshots. Taipei used to have a famous place called Huaxijie Guangguang Yeshi, also known as Snake Alley. This is a 5-minute walk from Longshanxi Temple, or Longshan Temple MRT station. It's one of the oldest neighborhoods in Taipei and was once known for its red light district. In some ways, this still exists, but more hidden and smaller. How do you get to Snake Alley? You exit Longshan Temple MRT station, then turn left onto Guangzhou Street. Huaxijie is just a 2-minute walk down Guangzhou Street on your right. You walk down the street and see snakes in a glass box. Shop owner takes it out, cuts it, drains the blood into a small glass, mixes it with huaxiji, a strong clear alcohol, then you drink it. Why do people believe it gives power, energy, and helps blood flow? Men also believe it helps bedroom strength. Some also drink bile or eat the gallbladder. They also serve snake soup, fried snake meat, and snake wine. The whole menu has snake. Some shops have pictures of celebrities who have tried it. Now, fewer shops do this. Some animal rights groups protested it. But still, you can find 1 or 2 places that serve snake. I never tried it. Too wild for me. But older generations say it's good medicine. Some older men still go every month as part of their health routine. In the past, some shops used to have live cobra shows too. They show the snake moving, breathing, then suddenly it's dinner. Tourists watch with both horror and curiosity, but I think this is no longer possible to see. For the most part, the snake restaurants are gone now. Number 5. Ghost Month. A full month dedicated to the undead. Every year, in the 7th month of the lunar calendar, we have Ghost Month. During this time, people believe that ghosts return to the human world. Not evil ghosts, just wandering spirits. Some may be lonely, some hungry, so we must respect them. The first sign I know it's Ghost Month is seeing red lanterns all around Taiwan. You see them on historic streets and outside temples. They are meant to light a path for the departed ones. In Taiwan, we believe our ancestors still watch us. We respect them with prayer and offering. We burn paper money for the spirit world, but also paper houses, cars, phones, and even paper servants. You will also see people burn paper money on sidewalks. Sometimes it will be a large fire, and the ashes will be everywhere. Even in my office area, which is a high-tech hub with companies like Nvidia and Foxconn, they burn this money too. And the whole place is filled with smoke and the sounds of firecrackers. You see businessmen in suits burning ghost money on the street next to metal cans lit with fire. Sometimes you'll see a table with fruits or drinks next to it. That is an offering to good brothers. Another way we say ghost. It is typical for the office workers to eat the snacks afterward. Your apartment building may also set up a table for residents to make offerings and burn money. Usually the security desk clerk will set this up. Also, many things we don't do. No swimming. A ghost can pull you down and drown you. No surgery. It's bad luck. No moving to a new house. Spirits may follow you there. No big celebration or weddings. Also, bad luck for the marriage. Even businesses will slow down. Some don't start new projects. My friend delayed signing contracts for a month due to the ghost month. Many people say, I don't believe this, but just in case. That's how serious it is. Temples hold big ceremonies to send spirits back to the underworld peacefully. Families prepare feast tables with whole chicken, pork, and wine. You'll see giant incense sticks like tree branches. The smell of burning paper fills the night air during Ghost Month. Number 6. Technology. Most high-tech products used worldwide are made in Taiwan or by Taiwanese companies based in mainland China. We are a small island, but behind your phone, your laptop, your Tesla, and even AI servers, there is Taiwan. Did you know that the CEOs of Nvidia, Jensen Huang, and AMD, Lisa Su, are Taiwanese who moved to the US? Not only this, they are first cousins once removed. Many people outside of Taiwan do not know that Jensen and Lisa are relatives. Although they did not grow up together, we can say their chip businesses are a friendly family chip battle. You know TSMC? It's Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. They make over 90% of the world's most advanced chips. The tiny brains inside smartphones, AI computers, rockets, satellites, jet fighters, and cars. Without them, modern technology stops. Apple, Nvidia, AMD, they all send designs to TSMC. TSMC builds them. Then we got Foxconn, the big brother of assembly. They put together around 40% of all branded consumer electronics worldwide. iPhones, PlayStations, Xboxes, Nintendo, and even Nvidia AI servers. This tech dominance gives Taiwan global influence and makes our skills the invisible glue of modern life. Over 90% of the world's PCs and Apple computers and laptops are made by 3 Taiwanese companies. Quanta computers, Compal Electronics, and Wistron. Number 7. Ghost weddings. Marrying the dead. Now I tell you an even scarier Taiwan superstition. In some places, people warn, don't pick up that red envelope, or you might be marrying a ghost. Ghost weddings are ancient Chinese rituals in which a living man marries a deceased woman, or sometimes two dead individuals are married. The family of a single dead person, especially an unmarried woman, arranges it. It's believed to bring balance to the afterlife and give the spirit peace and family honor. The red envelope is a trap for the living. Families create a red envelope with the woman's details. Some include her hair, fingernail, or small cash, and place it in public places like temple grounds or sidewalks. The first unwitting man to pick it up becomes the spirit groom. Families believe refusing will bring bad luck, accidents, hauntings, and illness. How does the ceremony work? If a man picks it up, the family appears and says, "You are the groom." A ghost marriage ceremony follows, held like a normal wedding. Incense, cakes, effigies, red-dressed figurines, and asking the temple or priest for permission. Often, a paper bride effigy holds the deceased woman's spirit. It's burned afterward to join the spirit world. In dual deceased marriages, two spirit effigies are wed and sent off. Taiwan is a devout society mixed with Taoism, Buddhism, folklore, and magic. There is a belief in yin-yang balance. An unmarried spirit disturbs cosmic harmony. Ghost weddings restore it. The worship of ancestral lineage is strong in Taiwan. Traditionally, unmarried daughters cannot be enshrined in family temples. Ghost marriage gives them a place. In Taiwan, bereavement is seen as a form of therapy. Many see it as helping families heal, showing love that crosses life and death. Number 8. Daoist magic. Taiwan is a country with a mix of Daoist, Buddhist, and folk magic. You know, in Taiwan, even if people say they are modern, many still believe in something invisible. When I was young, my grandma always took me to the temple, not just to pray, but to ask questions about the future, about luck, about health. We use something called buabui, 2 red blocks. You throw on the ground, and the god will answer yes or no. Sometimes one up, one down. That means yes. If both are the same, then the god says no, or ask again. You throw it 4 more times. I remember my grandma standing there asking again and again, until she got the answer she wanted. Also, many people go to fortune tellers. Some look at your face. Some read your hand. Some use your birthday to calculate your life. We call it Swan Ming. They can tell you when you get rich, when you have a problem, when you should marry. Even now, many young people still go. Before a big decision, job, marriage, business, they go ask first. And Taoist temples, not just for praying. Sometimes people believe in magic rituals, like removing bad luck, or protecting from bad spirits, or changing your energy. You will see people burning paper, carrying talismans, and drinking blessed water. Some people say it's superstition, but in Taiwan, we don't really separate religion from daily life. It's just part of living. Even if you don't fully believe, sometimes you still do it, just in case. Number 9. The Triads. We call them Heibang, Black Gang, or Heidao, Black Path, as Black Path is also commonly used. These are serious mafias, not small troublemakers. Triads came to Taiwan when nationalist soldiers arrived in the 1950s. The most famous is the Bamboo Union. We call it Julian Bang. Maybe 20,000 members strong now. Also the 4 Cs Gang, Si Hai Bang, and the Heavenly Way Gang, Tian Dao Meng, tied for the top 3. In the early days, they engaged in protection, extortion, loan shark, gambling, and drugs. But they also ran legal businesses like construction, trash collection, and even cable TV. Have you ever seen a temple parade? Big statues, incense, and strong brothers carrying idols. Those are often Triad members. They act as bodyguards. They show power, respect, and support. Back in the martial law era, the Bamboo Union even helped the ruling government, and some of its members held security jobs and held intelligence positions. In the 1980s, police did a big clean sweep, arrested thousands, and made Triad membership illegal. Many headed to jail. But they adapted. Now they work in white-collar crimes. Telecom fraud, money laundering, and online gambling. They are still very dangerous. So yes, Taiwan is friendly, safe, and modern. But under the surface, these triads still hold real power. They walk with gods, whisper in politics, and sometimes cross borders. This is part of Taiwan's hidden story. Not just tourist bubble tea, but deep, complex layers. Last one. Number 10. This one is not strange, but maybe the most important. Taiwan is not just one culture. It's many cultures, all mixed together over a long time. Sometimes, even we don't fully understand how mixed we are. First, most people in Taiwan are Hoklo. Our ancestors came from Fujian many generations ago. We speak Taiwanese, not Mandarin, at home, especially among the older generation. Our food, our temples, our traditions, like Mazu worship, Ghost Month, burning incense, these all come from Hoklo roots. Even though we talk, very direct, very emotional sometimes, that's Hoklo style. This makes up almost 80% of the population. Then we have Hakka people. They also came from China, but they are different. They have their own language. If you hear it, it doesn't sound like Taiwanese or Mandarin. To me, it sounds a little like Cantonese. Their food is also different, more salty, more preserved, their culture is known for being hardworking, strong, and more traditional. In some towns like Miaoli or Hsinchu, you can really feel that Hakka culture is strong. Next, very important, we have indigenous people, the original people of Taiwan. Before the Han Chinese arrived, they had been here for thousands of years. They have many tribes. Each tribe has its own language, music, and customs. Their songs, very powerful, very emotional. Their festivals, such as the Harvest Festival, are very different from Chinese traditions. Now, many indigenous people live in cities too, but their culture is still alive. This part of Taiwan, sometimes people forget, but it's very important. Then we have mainland Chinese influence. After 1949, many people from mainland China came to Taiwan with the KMT, Kuomintang. They brought the Mandarin language, the government system, and the education system. That's why today we speak Mandarin as the main language in Taiwan. Also, many aspects of traditional Chinese culture, calligraphy, Confucian thought, festivals, continued here. In some ways, Taiwan preserved parts of old Chinese culture that later changed in mainland China. And then we have Japan. Taiwan was ruled by Japan for 50 years. This changed Taiwan a lot. Even today, you can still see it everywhere. Old buildings, train stations, some streets. Very Japanese style. Food also includes bento, ramen, and convenience store culture. Even small things, lining up properly, being polite in public, clean streets. These habits came partly from Japanese times. But there was also a lot of brutality, a strict code of conduct, abuse, imprisonment, torture, and death. Many of our old trees cut down for lumber by the tons and shipped back to build Japan. Some older people still speak a little Japanese, but that generation is quietly passing now. So Taiwan is like a Hoklo base, Hakka layer, indigenous roots, Chinese system, Japanese influence, Dutch colonial influence, Qing dynasty influence, US influence, all mixed together. That's why when foreigners come, they feel something different. They say, it feels like Japan, but also Chinese, but also something else. That something else is Taiwan. And for us, growing up here, we don't think about it every day. We just eat the food, speak the language, and follow the customs. But actually, we live in a very complex mix of history. My own background is Hoklo, which is a strange term because technically everyone is Taiwanese. But many of us of Hoklo use it to differentiate from the Chinese soldiers and families of the KMT that came during the Civil War. Most Hoklo families are originally from the Fujian province of China. In my case, it was my great-great-grandfather who came to the Isle of Formosa. For example, my grandparents knew only Japanese and Taiwanese Hoklo and could not speak Mandarin until the KMT changed this. But my wife's family is more from mainland China. They came to Taiwan during the Chinese Civil War under Chiang Kai-shek. I am also a quarter Aboriginal. Many Taiwanese are also mixed. That's also why Taiwan people are very flexible. We can accept many ideas. We can mix old and new. We can change fast, because our culture was always mixing. Taiwan is not just one identity. It's many identities, living together, and somehow it works. So, yeah, Taiwan has bubble tea, night markets, and friendly people. But behind all that, there's also a lot of history, culture, and some things that might feel strange at first. For me, this is just normal life. I grew up with all of this. The temples, the food, the traditions, even the weird parts. Sometimes I don't notice it, but when I see it from your perspective, I realize Taiwan is actually a very special place. Not perfect, but very unique.